All right. I'm here. I feel like I've been up for like 2 days. I've been up for like 3 hours, but it's only Wednesday and I got like plenty of work to do. So, this is why we commit. This is why we put it out there. I set my time in advance. I think I started like 2 minutes late technically, but I'm still like actually on camera faster than I was last time. So, I don't know how I feel just yet as far as like comfort level, so bear it with me. But I'm like I want to lock in for a couple things I need to finish today. Um, okay, so let's see. First of all, happy hump day. I have like at this point, I have a good 3 to 4 proposals that I need to submit because yeah, your girl trying to get some contracts and make some money and all that good stuff. And I had like multiple meetings over the past couple like weeks. I've had like one meeting to teach a Python program for like high school students, like early high school and like early 20s is like that age range. So I have one proposal to do for that. I had like I had a meeting for someone that's looking to get an MVP built of a specific idea that they have. Super, proprietary, very, very private, but at the same time, I pretty much need to put together like the scope of work and a proposal for that. So that's two. Um, oh, I have an like a RFQ I have to respond to for coaching, like more so for like startup coaching. So that's three. And the crazy thing is the fact that I'm like even struggling to list out all the things. This is why I have a list somewhere in my notes. Um, Trying to think because it's definitely more than those three, but those are the ones that's coming to mind right now. Why are my notes not opening? All right, I'm not about to play with you today. And then I'm kind of hoarse. Just because my sinuses and force quit. My allergies have been like fooling. I think I have hay fever right now. So, um, yeah, I'm like really hoarse today, but I feel okay. I'm just on the struggle bus at the same time. Let me see. I need my notes because I really need to see what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm already hot with this sweater on, so I'm probably about to take this sweater off. Now, on the flip side, I have a new tool that I need to test out. That is like AI code generation or whatever. Um, I already tested like a few weeks ago. Maybe it was like a month ago at this point. Could have been longer than a month. But one of the previous streams, I tested. Which ones did I do? I did. Dang, what's the one? What's the one that I did last time? I did two. I did I gotta look at Launchpad because I got the app on my computer. I already tried Cursor. I tried Cursor already. And then I also tried, what's the other one we tried? Cursor. What's the one that everybody likes that's like online? It's crazy that I can't think of the name. Like I haven't done like multiple things on there. Um, but yeah. So welcome. I'm trying to do a thing where I'm legit like burning up. So I'm probably about to take this sweater off because I'm hot. But I also have like this. I went and got like my full blanket. Like, oh, I want to be warm and toasty, and now I'm for real toasty. But yeah, welcome y'all. Welcome y'all. Good morning. It is still a morning time. It's just like I feel like I've been up for so long. I didn't go to bed on time. Ooh, a tier list. Ooh, I should do a tier list. That'd be fun. That would be useful too because I was actually like I have a specific. Oh, you know what? I think I got a document. I had a document that I was using to keep track, right? See, like past me really be trying to like set myself up for success. It ain't winter no more. It is winter. It is all of 34 degrees outside. And you would know that it's definitely winter at this point. Let's see. It be chilly here as well. Yeah. Y'all know. We had snow the other day too. Snow in April is super diabolical, but hey, that's how it be in Michigan. Um, and Preacher is like in Canada usually. So he understand the struggle. So um, but it's more so like where how my desk is set up. I don't know if I'm be able to show y'all real quick, but I got like all windows right here. Window, window. That's too far. It's all windows right here. So like when I got like leggings on or something or shorts, I be having like leggings and shorts on at my desk, and then that's like drafty. You know, my legs are cold, my feet are cold. I'm not about to explain myself anyway. The problem is I have a heated blanket. That mug is dying, like dying. I hope it's more. I hope it's better this afternoon. I really do. I really legit do because honestly, like my undergrad chapter at Wayne State is having a line where they have a line coming out today. So their show is tonight, and I want to go to the show. And then I literally live right by campus. So I'm like, I just want to walk to campus, get my walk in for the day, and go watch the show, and then come back because it's like at 7 o'clock or something like that. So it shouldn't take that long. I should be able to go over to campus, walk, and then come back home. But yeah, the way that weather is set up, I don't know, cause I'm not about to be chilly. Now, if it's decent, it says it's supposed to get to 47. So that's giving me hope. It's still early, so I'm gonna let it kind of marinate and go from there. But I'm trying to see activity recent. Let's go to recent because I legit made a document, but definitely tier list. I need to do a tier list. Maybe by the end of the month I should be able to do that. So right now my goal is to stream every Wednesday. It just be cars parking on my street for no reason. Um, my goal is to stream every Wednesday, and then I was like 10 o'clock worked out last time like really well. I gave everybody the countdown. 10 o'clock worked, so we gonna try this and see how it goes. Just so I can get back on the consistent schedule because I feel like it's easier when you know when to expect the live streams to happen. Cause that going live randomly thing, it just don't be hitting. It just don't be hitting. Um, and then compared to last year, I was streaming every day for like this time last year I was streaming every single day. I don't know if I'm ever try that again, but I do want to do a live stream. I want to do a 24-hour stream for my birthday. So yeah. Um, it's crazy that okay, my notes are open now. Oh, iCloud. Okay, so I got the Python training program proposal. I have the MVP proposal. I have the startup coaching proposal. It's not really a proposal, it's a request for a quote. And okay, so those are the only proposals I have on my list right now. That's what's in my notes from yesterday. Um I had to reschedule one of my client meetings from yesterday cuz okay, so Tuesdays are like wall to wall, like back to back meetings. Like it's just a wall of meetings. Which I think I'm fond of this, even though it's a bit of a struggle, like energy wise. But I love knowing that I pretty much did all my meetings for the week. And now Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I pretty much have like time to focus and do whatever I need to do. So that's why I think like Wednesday is also gonna be good for doing the live streams. And then I do need to get back to editing, y'all, because I made a video. Like I made two videos weeks ago at this point, and they were about one was about the three things that I'm learning. It's like three AI the three AI skills I'm learning and why you should too, right? You know, YouTube ish. So I recorded that video. Have not edited it at all. Um, what else? I also had made an update video on my like 12-week year, my journal and stuff like that. Excuse me. I sound so much worse than I actually am. But I had made a video that was like just an update on how I've been going with my journal and my 12-week year. Um, Spoiler alert. I barely keep up with my journal or my 12-week year, but at the same time, I'm making a lot of good progress. And this is week 9 of the 12-week year. So I am still making progress towards my goals, but I'm not like tracking it every day like how I should and stuff like that. So but I made a video that was like more so talking about that. Um, and then one of the other things I had talked about in that video too was just the fact that okay, music. One of the other things I talked about in that video too was just the fact that I'm at a point where I sleep 7 hours every night for the most part. That's good. That's helping me like with my patience level and just overall being like just being in a more sound state of mind with everything that's going on. But now I think it's like, what does the next level of that look like for me? So I've been trying to be conscious of like managing my energy in other ways, like throughout the days, for example, like sometimes it's naps, but sometimes I don't even need a nap. Sometimes I just need to like lay in my bed for like 45 minutes and just scroll on my phone, or like lay in my bed for like 45 minutes and just like watch YouTube videos. Like, just some downtime to decompress, to let my brain rest. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. Oh, what game plays? I'm like, I don't know if we did anything recently, but um oh, but the gaming is coming back on the channel for sure. So let me do something different with this sweater because this sweater's stressing me out already. It's like I can't have this and the blanket. So, but I still need something on my arms. My other new situation. This my other new situation. Okay, this better. It's funny. I literally tried to avoid wearing this, and I still am gonna have it on because. And look what I'm doing to the collar. Ain't this? Now, ain't that tragic? That's tragic. Oh well, got pink hair. What can I do? Make a new post soon? Yes, yes. Um, Fizzy, how has stuff been going? Have you been streaming recently? Um, this my this my sweater that I got from Lululemon, and I am in love with this thing. But I have to wipe. I have to like clean pink off my collar like once a week or once a day. Been focusing on school and trying to figure out how I can post more on social media. That's not sad. I mean, maybe it is sad if you, because streaming is fun, but you got to find balance. That's what I was saying. I have to find like, I'm like finding other little ways to balance myself out. To manage my energy levels. Now, here's the thing. Lately, for like the past month, or for like a solid month, I'm going out to like events more and like getting back active like that. And I'm a fake extrovert. I'm like a fake extrovert. I'm very, very social introvert. So like I can go to events and I can be like all in on events. I can be, like literally life of the party, like in the middle, like just talking to everybody, just all the things. But when I go home, I'm going to crash after that. Like I'm going to be fully drained. So with that being said, I pretty much have been going to like at least 2 to 3 events per week, almost at this point. It's like an average of 2 events per week. Um, Most of the time, it's like a networking event or like conference, a tech conference or something like that. And I've also been going out to I've been going to co-work as well because one of the organizations I work with in Detroit called Tech Town. For those of y'all that's like local here, I'm gonna start trying to do more stuff at Tech Town, like start having meetups and stuff again. Um, Especially for Detroit Black Tech, but just in general. I want to start, just kind of having people like be able to meet up or having office hours and stuff like that. And I'll just be co-working over there more often. So that being said, yeah, I like maybe a few weeks ago now, it was like I went to a conference. It was like a 8 to 4 type of situation on a Saturday. And that's the first time I've been to a conference in a minute. I can't even lie. I think that might be my first time going to a conference this year. Um, I felt great. Like I was in the zone. I was seeing like people I haven't seen in a long time, people that I taught like years ago who like deep in their career now and stuff like that. And it was great. I made a lot of good connections, that kind of stuff. But when I tell you, like when I got home, I pretty much had an emotional breakdown. Like I won't even sugarcoat it. Like I was like I didn't even feel it coming. It was that type of thing. I was like, 1 second I was just feeling great. I was tired because I also only slept like 3 hours the night before and like 3 hours the night before that. But that's not the point. But that's probably kind of the point. So it was like I thought I was good. I was feeling good, and then by the time I got home, I did a couple things, and then I'm like, why am I getting spam today? Like, why am I getting spam today? That's okay. That's a good sign, right? That means people seeing my stream. But anyways, so yeah, I literally went from being like, okay, I'm tired. I know I need to eat because I hadn't eaten all day, and then I finally was like, I ended up taking a nap, woke back up, and I was just like, it was like I was on edge. Like any little thing, like I was upset about something very specific, but it was like really, really making me upset, and I'm like, okay, so energy levels are off, and then you just see things like that and just kind of have to readjust. Like that's kind of where I'm at now. So like I said, because before I was used to going to conferences, running events. Like I was the key like meetup organizer, I feel like, for our like local tech community, where it was like I was an organizer for like 2 or 3 different meetups, and if I didn't organize the meetup, I was definitely going to be there in the crowd, that type of stuff. So um yeah, just finding that balance. I think now that I'm like, it's been a solid year since I committed to like the whole I need to sleep 7 hours a night thing. And now that I'm a believer in rest and how much more productive rest can be to your process, um, I just need to find other ways of like getting my energy up and maintaining my energy throughout the weeks, since I'm getting back to socializing. And I think it's just going to take an adjustment period too, because pre-pandemic a lot of our lives are like completely different versus now. um I've been in the house for like 5 years. Oh my god, I've been in the house for like 5 years. And I ain't the only one. And then we haven't had a hack and kick it in a minute. So hack and kick it is like what we've been doing for hacking with the homies. We've been having quarterly kickbacks. Legit, it's like a legit kickback, invite only, but come to the hacker house, chill, goodies, say goodies and food, and just usually we might have a specific like tech thing that we want to talk about. We didn't do the one we're supposed to do one in February. We didn't end up doing the one in February due to the fact that we were going to be having our event in partnership with a another like the program that we're going to run our next hacker house. And since that was like kind of on hold, we ended up just like pausing the dates overall. So I need to be having hack and kick it very soon. And hacking with the homies, yes, like hacking with the homies is so fun. We're on the fence about it because like the turnout is real hit or miss right now. And so I just been I found that I just need to be back out in the community too, just to understand like what is it that people need, what are people really looking for. Um, we are planning a lot of AI content. We're planning basically AI focused content for hacking with the homies this year, but I think we're gonna do it. We plan on doing it virtual, and I do need to get a bunch of that stuff up, and ready to go for y'all as well, because technically it's like the date that we originally planned for is like a month out. But I want to start doing more stuff in person again. So yeah, it's just little things like you have to take care of yourself in this process, and I'm just learning that because I mean maybe to some people that's obvious, but me, I am quick to give, quick to do for others, like quick to help, other people and stuff like that. And I don't always make sure that I'm good, and that's just something that I've been, kind of having internal conversations with myself, and just being more intentional about that. And even the part of being a mom now, like having a kid, and some of y'all know, like when you have a kid, I don't know, it doesn't change everybody's brain chemistry, but I feel like for me, it's hard for me to understand how you can have a child and then like how your thought process might not change in that, because everything that you do from then on is like always keeping in mind that you basically have a little human that is completely dependent on you. So when it comes to like just overall, I don't know, just overall trying to make sure that I stay balanced, and I stay like I can be energetic even with my son. Like I'm not doing him any favors by running myself into the ground. I'm not doing him any favors by like skipping over the things that I do for myself, because it's those little moments that I take to myself that even gives me the energy to be able to do all the things that I'm doing. And I'm also going to a new level in my career and things like that, where it's like this is really requiring a lot of me, and that's expected. Like I understand that part, but I think sometimes we feel like going to another level, we think it means doing more. Sometimes it really does mean do less. So I just been thinking about that. I made a little Instagram post. So yeah, I feel you, Fizzy. Like I think like just making sure you have your own balance. At least for me, it's like making sure I have my own balance with the things that I need to be getting done personally, right? Because I am about to start back to school. Y'all know that. Some people know that I'm about to start back to school. My start date right now is June 1st. I have to finish my that calculus class I'm supposed to be doing. I have to finish that by the 5th of May. Really, I need to finish it by the end of the month. Um, so yeah, it's like I'm adding other things in, but I'm also noticing where I need to cut back, or just different things like that. And yeah, you do not have to have like a bunch of followers and a bunch of experience and stuff like that to like speak at conferences. Um, now I think like with hacking with the homies, we like to have first time speakers. Like I like to have for black and brown, like I want to have like all black and brown speakers. Usually if a speaker is not black or brown at hacking with the homies, it's because they are a sponsor. Um we really like to intentionally give opportunities to people who it might be your first time speaking, um and kind of support that process, because realistically it is a very very helpful way to build and boost your credibility, especially in software engineering, like speaking and things like that. But you also don't have to wait for conferences. Like you said, if you want to do social media, you could take a quick like 30-second, 60-second, 3-minute like talk. Like think about lightning talks. Sometimes lightning talks are like a good way to get started. And meetups, if you have any active meetups around you, or if you're, because you're in school too, if you have any like active student orgs where they have events and stuff like that, like lightning talks is a good place to start. Like a 5-minute talk about a specific about a specific topic and post that on Instagram, upload it to YouTube, put it on TikTok or whatever. Right, like like when I was coming up, we didn't have social media wasn't the same way it is now with tech topics. You had YouTube pretty much, and other than that, that was like the primary way that people would know you if you like created content. But that was really more edited, more formal content. Um, so because I was really active in the meetup space, that helped me a lot early on. And then I also have experience. My first year in Nesby, I wasn't new to student leadership for the record, but my first year in Nesby, I ran for regional vice chair. So I was a parliamentarian or a senator. I think I was a chapter senator. So I was in the chapter, I was a senator, but I ran for regional vice chair. So when I ran for regional vice chair, like when we got to convention, I had to get on the stage and like I had to have a whole platform, and I had to have my speech, of like what my platform was, but then I had to like be able to take questions from people that like people had to be willing to vote for me to be in that position. And I was running unopposed, which you would think running unopposed should make it easier, but running unopposed in Nesby, running unopposed is harder than running against another person because when you're running unopposed, like there's no people don't have to vote for you. They can literally vote for nobody. I've seen it happen where people have run unopposed and lost. And it's real sick when you run unopposed and lose. So, but just little opportunities like that, getting up and hosting events and stuff, even when I was a student, that made a big difference. Um, there's a lot of different conferences. You can look for requests, what do they call them? Call for workshops. Actually, let's look at some stuff real quick because we talking about it now. Because Nesby has different conferences. They have different regional conferences too. Usually, all of their conferences they always have a call for workshops. Like I need to put in the call for workshops for PDC, which is the Professional Development Conference. So that's for like people that's for the graduate side basically. But anybody can go to that conference too. But yeah, I mean, it's good to work on your following and everything like that. But honestly, most of the time, people, if you are trying to get into a conference, people aren't necessarily looking to see like how many people are following you. They're more so looking to see, can you articulate the information well, right? So if you have any type of samples that you are speaking online, like that's what I wish I had did better at in my earlier part of my like tech career, because I did a lot of talks and a lot of things that I didn't record them. I didn't post them online. Like I was gonna do that for. What was I gonna do that for? YouTube? What? I wasn't posting on my blog, none of that. And it's like little stuff like that definitely makes a difference. Um, I'm just gonna catch up on the chat too. Yeah, definitely having the funds to get to conferences is like a big deal. But I will also say, and I don't know, because I'm gonna if you're a student, if you are like an active student, check into check into your university what resources they have, because like when I like a lot of times students can get support from the university to do certain like conferences and stuff like that. um Also, when I was earlier on and I didn't have no money, I always was applying for scholarships. So a lot of conferences will have scholarships, or there's different organizations that also provide scholarships for you to go to certain conferences. Like specific, and I know Preacher knows a lot of those. Like there's specific orgs that will have like they almost have like a general scholarship, but then they'll have like specific conferences that you can apply it towards. Usually like stuff like Nesby conferences, Grace Hopper, like certain tech and software engineering conferences basically, where they would basically they would pay for your registration and they would like pay for you to fly out and go there. And a lot of the tech companies, when they do have those conferences, they have some form of scholarships too. Like I went to when I first was interested in AI, this was like back in 2017, I want to say. Um, I went to O'Reilly, the publisher, like O'Reilly, this O'Reilly, not O'Reilly Auto Parts, but the O'Reilly, the publisher. They used to have conferences, and I went to They had an AI conference. I think I went to it in 2017 or 2018. I think it was 2017 though. And I applied for a scholarship. I didn't even have a huge amount of experience in AI or anything like that. I was just interested in it. And at my job, they were interested in me. Excuse me, y'all. They were interested in me learning AI as well. So basically, I was able to go on the O'Reilly site and apply to be a scholar, and they sponsored me, so they basically paid for my flight. And then the way that they did it was they gave us like a prepaid debit card, pretty much like a prepaid Visa card that had like, I think they gave us like $500 or something like that. So it was like they paid for our flight, they booked our flights for us, they booked our hotel, and then they gave us a stipend essentially to pay for things that we needed while we was there, to be able to eat and everything like that. Um, so yeah, I need to be posting those more. And I know Preacher posts a lot in the Discord. We usually post like conference based stuff in the tech opportunities channel. Exclamation mark Discord at any given time. I'm trying the fake introvert thing now. You gotta just it's gonna be okay. We gonna make it. I'm also going to things alone. I go to a lot of things alone, but at the same time, I gotta say, it's not quite alone because 9 times out of 10, due to how active I have been in the past, 9 times out of 10, what's going to happen is I'm going to think I could be a fly on the wall, and that's not going to happen. So that's where I be going wrong. I be thinking like, okay, I'm about to just show up to this event, and I like it's a very different experience when you know you can kind of just show up and be there, and it's like up to you whether you engage with people, for better or for worse, right? Because it can suck when you alone and don't nobody ain't nobody to talk to. But on the flip side, I'll be thinking I could just show up and be a fly on the wall, and then like I see people as soon as I walk in the door. Like 30 seconds into an event, I'm going to see somebody that I know if it's like a local Detroit thing. But I'm going to tech events all the time. And I'll post that kind of stuff. Vernon, I don't know if you want to get in the Discord, get in the Discord. But if not, here, let me do it for YouTube. The exclamation mark Discord should work on both sides too. But if not, I'm gonna start posting more of that stuff on Instagram too, because I know y'all be following my IG. So I try to give updates on different events that I got going on. So usually I'm like posting it in my stories, but I don't know what's a better way of getting that information out at the moment. But I've been going now. I've been testing the waters with some of the like professional networking events, especially if it seems like it's going to be like black professionals in like the especially the 20 to 30 range, like mid 20s, mid 30s, like that age range. I feel like is like a solid space. Um so I've been testing stuff. Holiday, welcome in. I don't even know. Oh, 5 minutes ago. Hopefully, you're still here. Just like hear me say hi. But thank you for dropping by. I'm gonna try to be like I said, y'all. I'm gonna try to do this. I'm just gonna stick to doing Wednesdays because it's manageable. Um, and it took me a minute to get like on a cadence with Justice again, but he giving me some. He giving me some grace. It's so many communities in the metro area. Yep. Um, let me see. There are plenty. Yeah, there's plenty of conferences, and especially I don't know if you want to say Fizzy, like what area that you're in general, um or if not, you can message it to us too. um I'm just trying to catch up because I'm really kind of behind. And then another thing about when I was like a student, when I was in school, a lot of times I did a lot of traveling due to being a student leader. Um, Student leaders get a huge amount of support. So by me being like, for example, with Nesby, I was a senator. So senators are like, you need your senators to actually go to convention and vote on behalf of the chapters. So I feel like senators either had like a super reduced rate when it came to us going to convention, or we didn't have to pay at all or something like that. It was like super cheap for us to go to convention, and then our chapter traveled as like, would plan to travel as a group. So like my very first convention, we all drove. We drove to Indy. We drove to Indianapolis, I think, because I want to say my first convention was in Indy. So from Detroit to Indianapolis, like we just, somebody rented the car, rented the van, and we just kind of drove, all together. Um, and then once I became a regional leader, when I was a regional leader, all my travel was paid for by the organization, by me being on the regional board. And when I was on the national board, same thing. When I was on the convention planning committee, same thing. Most of that travel was all covered. Um, when I was a student leader in the engineering school at Wayne State, our engineering, like our dean of students inside of the engineering school was really, really supportive and active, and even our dean of students at the general university level was really supportive. So, like I said, a lot of times you can reach out to them and see if they have any funds. Most of the time, they have some type of funds for like supporting students. Cause like even with entrepreneurship, I know like a lot of I'm coaching like quite a few student founders right now, and they're able to like sometimes like reach out to their universities to ask for support to go like travel to different events and go to pitch competitions and that kind of stuff. So that's very underutilized, I think. Like a lot of people don't realize that most schools have some form of that type of support. Excuse me, especially for student leaders. Um, but meetups are a good spot. Meetups, like if you have any local meetups, I don't know if people go on meetup.com anymore. Like for us, I can usually go on Meetup or I can go on Eventbrite and find groups that are having events. Um, Find groups that are local to you on LinkedIn and just kind of connect that way. Or student orgs on campus and stuff like that. The mobile dev class is good. That's good. It's so hard keeping myself on one thing because I would love to put AI on my project list. Yes, it's good to stick to one thing. You know, I be saying that, Fizzy. Like, just get your foundations in one area, and you can always branch out from there. You can always branch out from there. But definitely focus on that class, get that class done. Like once you have that under your belt, you can literally add AI in there. And I saw the one girl who I posted, I can't remember her name right now, but I had posted her in my story. She did like a collab with GitHub recently, and she has some good content about like machine learning in particular, getting started with it and that kind of stuff. So I think I saw you caught that, Fizzy, so hopefully that's helpful. But yeah, don't put too many things on your list. Just focus on one thing at a time. You got time. Digital hackathons are good. I feel like nowadays it's like the Discord groups. Like if you know you want to do mobile dev and you're doing like Android, find the Discord for Android like an Android user group. Or like for me, y'all know in the Discord server we have like a bunch of machine learning, like we have that machine learning like community updates. That's only updates that are coming from other ML like servers that I pay attention to. So yeah. Yeah, we definitely be on the same wavelength. We be on the same wavelength, preacher. Um Let me see. I've been looking into tech stacks recently. Yeah, it's just I'm one of those people where I want to learn all the things. But I do realize like it's like you want to at least get a good grasp on like some of the fundamental concepts, and then it makes it easier as you go. It'll make it easier to pick up new things too. So like when I very first started out just doing front end development. I was just literally just doing vanilla HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We didn't have Flexbox. We didn't have Grid. We had Bootstrap. We had to have Bootstrap because we didn't have grid systems and stuff in CSS at the time, which is making me sound old. And then yeah, I was just doing vanilla HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That's it. And I just learned the fundamentals of web development and how to build my site out, how to do the hosting for it. I was learning version control at the time as well. So as I was going along, I was learning how to like manage my projects and things like that. And then after I got a solid foundation in that, then I started to freelance. So then I started to actually take on projects where I was building, websites for people. And that helped me build my confidence up because now I was already building projects in my different coursework and stuff that I was taking. But then once I started to take on projects, that gave me more confidence. And then after that, that's when I was like, okay, I want to be full stack. So then when I decided to be full stack, then I took a Java boot camp. When I took my Java boot camp, I wasn't doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff on the side. Like I literally quit school, I quit work, and I was a full time student in my boot camp, even with experience as already having like front end experience. I just focused on Java during the day. I focused on being in my boot camp and actually going along with the materials, paying attention. I did every single lab. Like I put my all into that class and the material. And then at night, what I would do is I always like to have like at least two or I always have like to have at least two different sources that I get my information from in that case. So in the daytime, obviously I had my instructor and I had a formal curriculum that I was following with them. And then in the evenings, I would supplement with another resource I liked. Y'all know I used to really like Treehouse, the website Team Treehouse. I haven't looked on there in a minute, but I used to like Team Treehouse a lot. I liked their style. I liked how they I liked the learning platform itself. So whatever topic I would be covering during the day, then I would go on Treehouse that later that night and I would cover the same topic on Treehouse. So it helped me just to have somebody explain, like two different people explain it. And then I kind of had like my third resource at that time was like a specific YouTube channel that I liked, and he only talked about Java concepts. So then, I would have basically, I would just kind of focus on this one topic per day, whatever that topic was for the day. I would just hear multiple people talk about it. I would work on my labs, et cetera, et cetera. And I would go through every single step that they were expecting me to do in my boot camp as well. Um, and then after that, then I was like, then I worked as a full stack engineer. Actually, then I worked as an instructor. I was a front end instructor, and I was a director for our Java apprenticeship program that we had. So I was teaching intro Java, like beginner Java, but I was also like managing. Well, I guess I was less teaching it, but and more so managing the overall apprenticeship. But I was teaching front end. After that, I worked as a full stack engineer for like now when I picked up my full stack job. My actual full stack software job, I was working at a consulting like company or like an agency. And so in that case, by that point now, I was able to hop to different languages and different tech stacks. So by the time I went to the agency, I did Ruby on Rails at that agency. That was actually our primary framework. I never learned Ruby a day in my life. I never learned Rails a day in my life until I walked into that job. So but because I was familiar with full stack development, because I was familiar with web frameworks, because I was familiar with front end and back end and how those services need to be set up and how they need to run, because I was familiar with Git and GitHub and how that process needed to go. I had a lot of the foundational things, so it was simpler for me to get on a Ruby on Rails project. We also did PHP projects. We did like custom WordPress builds, and we also did a lot of JavaScript. We didn't have as much front for full stack JavaScript at the time, but we were kind of getting there. So we had a lot, we had a lot of different code bases and different languages, but I was able to like solidly move through that. Okay, you're in Alabama. All right, so that gives me some context. Um, yeah, y'all. Okay, first of all, conferences are like my favorite, and that's what I'm trying to get back to, just traveling for conferences and stuff like that. But now y'all got me really wanting to figure out like, cause I don't think we never had like a travel stipend or anything like that for hacking with the homies, but I feel like that would be something that I would want to see if I can get some sponsorship for. But yeah, if y'all have any Android or AI, okay. I normally run into people when I get there. Okay, see whenever you go run into people, then it's gonna be fine. But yep, scholarships to conferences, digital hackathons, school events, and regional events. Also, random hack, speak at a conference or convention is to see if the anime sci-fi fantasy conventions will. Oh, that's fair. Cause like here we have YumaCon. That's our main one in Detroit. There's others around. We got like I think we got Motor City Comic Con and stuff too. But YumaCon is like our big anime convention. but like I feel like I could get away with submitting like a something techie enough, or if it's like, especially if it's like gaming, like in a game dev type of category too. I feel like I could get away with submitting the talk. They tend to allow tech talks and tech flow. There are a couple good ones for the region. Yep, y'all check out Eventbrite, because a lot of like by me being a community organizer, I know like Eventbrite and Meetup are like the main ones that make it easy for us to host. But also those are platforms that advertise the events that people post as well. Let me see what's going on my phone. Processing Foundation. Okay, I can't tell what that is. I got like a Facebook Messenger thing, and it's like it just says it's from someone. I never seen that before. Yeah, preacher just googled it for y'all for you. Oh yeah, the South has a scene too, but I do feel like everybody's scene is different. You know, like I'm so used to how Detroit works now because I grew up here, but also my whole career has been here. Um, I'm on Android, Java, and Android mobile dev now in my class. Ooh, see, and then Fizzy, I don't know. Fizzy, do you go to Frozair's channel? Cause Frozair is on point with the all the Java stuff. I mean, not I shouldn't say Java, but all the Android dev. I know he's been like trying some other stuff recently, but he has a huge amount of experience in Android development, like um professionally. He really is like on point. So you might get a lot out of his stuff. I got a good friend in Mississippi that be putting me on. Preacher got friends all over the world. Oh yeah, render eight. Oh yeah, we gotta get to render. Ain't we supposed to be going to render? Hold on. I hope y'all doing more work than I'm doing right now. Render. Did I miss the CFP? I literally saw the CFP when it first launched, and I feel like I still missed it. The big thing I need to do, excuse me, and I tried to do this once in the past. I need to sit down and like do a list of like talk topics that I want to cover. Like do a list of the topics and actually do like the descriptions of them, cuz usually if you do want to like present at a tech conference, yeah, usually if you do want to present at a tech conference, they want you to give a description of what your talk is going to be about mostly. That's like one of the biggest things. So render is June. Ooh, let me put this on my calendar. June 11th through the 13th. Here, I'm gonna share my screen a little bit for y'all too. And then I'm the way I'm yawning, and I need this. A niche that I found that helps a bit. A niche that I found that helps a bit. Joining panels or watching panels on YouTube. Some of the discussions in the panels, people on the panels are great connections. Yes, I so I'm almost like kind of not scheming, but I'm plotting on applying to like Y Combinator. And so like that just gave me that the idea because like with Y Combinator, because I'm actually interested in like joining Y Combinator, but also value the content that they do. Like not only do I actually respond to like comments that like actually comment on their stuff on different like on YouTube especially, but it's like you can connect with people. If you do like a digital conference or a virtual conference or something like that, and you really like a talk from a panelist or a speaker, go on LinkedIn and send them a like don't just message, don't just connect with people. Send them an actual message that's like, "Hey, I saw your talk on this panel at this conference and I thought it was really interesting what you were talking about." Woo, 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 right? Like drum up a little conversation, but like just giving them the context of knowing where you saw them from. A lot of times they'll connect back with you. Um and that's definitely been helping me out with some of my like some more further reaching connections, people that I haven't necessarily met in person. I also engage with people on LinkedIn. Like if I'm really interested in like some AI work that somebody is doing, I might legit like see a post that they made. Like this one woman I had connected with, she is a machine learning engineer at Hugging Face, and I saw a post that she made about like a data set that they released, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. But instead of just being like, this is really cool and resharing her post, I sent her a connection request. Like, I really love this data set. Like, I've been, and I basically told her, like, I've been kind of into this one specific topic lately, and I feel like this data set would be perfect for like the research that I've been wanting to do. Right. Like I gave her some context as to why I was randomly connecting with her. Um, it just goes a long way. It goes a long way. If y'all don't got y'all LinkedIn game up, please get y'all LinkedIn game up. Oh, my mom has one of those tripods. You talking about this one? I got this one from Amazon, Amazon.com, and I love it. It's a selfie stick. It's a selfie stick tripod. I use this one around the house. This is supposed to be, it's really supposed to be for TikTok. So I can do my little TikTok videos. Um, but it's pretty long and the tripod part of it is actually pretty sturdy. I'd be about to break my nail every time, but and it's also helpful whenever whenever Justice is on his phone calls with people when they want to FaceTime with my child, then I just set the phone up because I'm not about to be holding that phone. Froze air. Really? Okay, hold on. Can we? Let me see if I can show y'all. I'm about to show y'all Froze air real quick. You, because Frozer has a YouTube as well. YouTube. Oh, and I gotta watch the I don't know if who was telling me about the I didn't watch the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer yet. Ooh, Agent Breakthrough. See, this what I be talking about. We about to watch this, y'all. We about to watch this. This one right here. Cause first of all, Y Combinator be giving so much good information, like on the AI space and AI startup space. I'm telling you. Oh, Google Cloud Next. All the Google Cloud Next sessions are tomorrow. Keynote. Oh, see, I gotta watch this tomorrow. Okay, okay, that's giving me stuff to do. Let me notify me. I might be on here tomorrow, y'all. For anybody that want to watch these events live. Um, I want to watch this one though. Watch later. I'm about to watch this one right now. It's only 8 minutes, and it's about AI agents. I'm telling you, y'all need to learn. Like, okay, let me slow down because I be freaking some people out. But if you are already experienced in software engineering and you want to figure out what to learn next, software engineering, you have a solid base in software engineering and you want to figure out like what's the main AI skill to learn, I would say you need to learn how to work with LLMs, like language models. You need to learn agents. What are agents and how are agents built? Um, the agent thing, people not really seeing it yet. A lot of people not really seeing it yet. That's about to just disrupt the whole tech space. That's like agents are about to disrupt all kinds of industries. So I want to watch what he's talking about on here because they be on point. This is Frozair right here. Um, so he is. Did he change it? I think he fixed his name so it's the same because before it had a zero in it. So I'm gonna put the YouTube link. I highly recommend Frozair, y'all. Like y'all wouldn't. That's the homie for real, for real. And he be on point with just generally like super humble, likable, so smart, but also like real cool, real laid back, and really putting in the work on different content too. So if you are into Android development at all, also if you are like if you speak Spanish, he's bilingual. So if you speak Spanish, that's a good, or you have any type of, background in that, that's also good as well. So there's his YouTube and here's his Twitch. I put the YouTube on I guess I should have put it on both. I put the YouTube on YouTube. Let's do it like this. Paste. I'm gonna paste both of them so they go to both chats. And I appreciate y'all for being here, just hanging with me and stuff like that. Like I said, I hope y'all are getting more work done than I am. But I'm just here to spend some time with y'all. And he streams very regularly. His last stream was 4 days ago. He usually streams at least once a week. You'll see him streaming. Um so yeah, and Frozer, he's in our Discord too. He checks in and he does respond back and stuff like that. Um 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 12 out of 10 um tech creator. See, I hate when I don't want to scroll past my own video cuz then I want to watch this video real quick, y'all. See, it's gone off of there already. That's why. That's why I put stuff on my watch later. We need to watch this real quick. Left screen. Here, mute that. So yeah, I was gonna say
here.
hold on, the audio is on the wrong.
A brand new agentic AI platform that has taken the world by storm.
And today, we're launching an early preview of Manus, the first general AI agent.
Oh yeah, I wanted to see this. Okay, AI agents. They talking about a specific platform. I want to see. I want to hear what they talking about. So this is the kind of stuff I be on. If y'all want to see what I like, here's my watch later. Most of the stuff in my watch later right now. This is for the record. I have different YouTube profiles, so this is only like tech based stuff. But for my watch later, it's all agents right now. It's all agents and language models. Um, and understanding like where that process is going. So I'm trying to consume a bunch of information too, so I can help people figure out what they need to learn next.
Usable AI agents are finally here, from deep research platforms out of OpenAI and
It's not.
Google to similar tools from xAI and DeepSeek. Joining the competition now is Manus, a brand new agentic AI platform that has taken the world by storm.
And today, we're launching an early preview of Manus, the first general AI agent.
When Manus officially launched, usable AI agents are finally here, from deep research platforms out of OpenAI and Google to similar tools from xAI and DeepSeek. Joining the competition now is Manus, a brand new agentic AI platform that has taken the world by storm.
And
see if
today,
I could
we're
try this
launching an
today.
early preview of Manus, the first general AI agent.
When Manus officially launched, the hype around it immediately took off.
A Chinese startup unveiling a new AI agent that some are calling China's next DeepSeek moment.
With people calling it the most impressive AI tool they've ever tried and the most sophisticated computer using AI. Unlike some of its predecessors, Manus wasn't just another specialized chatbot. It promised to be a true general-purpose AI agent. With invitations rare and access limited, the question remains, has Manus truly revolutionized the AI agent landscape? Let's find out. Behind all the excitement around Manus is something genuinely innovative, a multi-agent AI system that can seemingly complete all sorts of tasks, from travel planning and financial analysis to searching over dozens of files or doing industry research.
This is what I'm about to do. I'm about to start
So
making
how
some
does it work?
agents like
Rather than relying on one big
and put
neural
'em to
network,
work.
Manus works more like an executive overseeing a team of sub-agents, coordinating and guiding their every move across a shared action space. It takes in your prompt as input and gets to work figuring out what it needs to do. Instead of tackling your task in one go, a planner agent first comes up with a master plan to follow, breaking things down into manageable subtasks. This way, Manus knows precisely what needs to be done before executing and can hand off these tasks to other sub-agents. These are like Manus's own in-house experts. They share the same context, but each has its own delineated domain from knowledge or memory to execution. Manus can call upon an extensive suite of 29 different integrated tools. Whether they're automating web navigation, securely running code, or pulling important information from files, Manus's sub-agents intelligently decide which tools to use. Finally, when each subtask is complete, the executor agent combines the outputs together into a final synthesized output for the user. Under the hood, Manus is powered by a pretty sophisticated dynamic task decomposition algorithm. This is what enables it to autonomously break down complex instructions into clear execution paths. To ensure stability, even after dozens of rounds of reasoning and tool use, the Manus team developed an original technique called chain of thought injection, enabling agents to actively reflect and update plans. At its core, Manus makes use of Anthropic's Claude 3.7 Sonnet. Manus also features robust cross-platform execution capabilities thanks to its seamless integration with open source tools like
You gotta
YC
keep the
Company
urgent
browser
vague.
use for advanced website interaction and startup E2B's secure cloud sandbox environment. So what can Manus actually accomplish? Impressively, it can take on a wide range of real-world tasks. It excels in scenarios like creating travel itineraries, detailed financial analyses, and educational content. While it can also assist with valuable tasks like structured database compilation, insurance policy comparisons, supplier sourcing, and even assisting with high-quality presentations. To truly measure Manus's capabilities, we can look at Gaia, a benchmark designed to challenge AI agents on reasoning, multimodal handling, web browsing, and tool proficiency. Humans typically score about 92%, whereas OpenAI's deep research, in comparison, scored about 74% at its best. Manus smashed the state-of-the-art on Gaia, scoring 86.5%, just a few points shy of the average human. Still, despite impressive benchmark performance, Manus has reignited a broader conversation about the nature of AI startups at the application layer, wrappers. Some have dismissed Manus as merely a wrapper since it stitches together existing foundational models and various tool calls. But this dismissal overlooks an important reality. Most successful AI products today could also qualify as wrappers by this logic. Cursor and Windsurf, for example, integrate existing LLMs alongside external APIs and developer-focused tooling, such as real-time code analysis and debugging utilities. Domain-specific agents like Harvey combine foundational models with legal-specific tool integrations, case law retrieval, compliance checks, and document analysis. Clearly, many useful applications do fit the wrapper mold. And for many developers, it makes sense to go this route. As Manus co-founder Yichao Peak Ji told us himself, from day one they decided to work orthogonally to model development, wanting to be excited rather than threatened by each new model release. What distinguishes successful wrappers from their less effective counterparts is typically a bunch of things: intuitive UI, proprietary evals, much more careful fine-tuning of foundational models, and thoughtfully designed multi-agent architectures. And this is a good example of that. Manus itself illustrates these trade-offs really well. On the positive side, its multi-agent orchestration helps deliver significantly lower per-task costs, around $2 a task, compared to integrated competitors like OpenAI's Deep Research. Manus also offers greater transparency and user control, letting users directly inspect, customize, or replace individual sub-agents and tool integrations, a degree of flexibility centralized platforms rarely match. One of the coolest things Manus figured out was actually exposing the file system so you could see exactly what the agents were doing. ChatGPT requires you to reprompt, and it's opaque what's happening when it's thinking. Manus is a glimpse into the future of ChatGPT desktop operating directly on your computer. And it will be cool to see how much more control you'll get when it's happening there instead of a browser. But there are a few clear limitations. Coordination across specialized agents becomes increasingly difficult as tasks scale or complexity grows. More critically, its current advantages, UX refinements, targeted fine-tuning, thoughtful integrations, are vulnerable to competitors just coming along and doing that as well. These strengths and weaknesses are generally shared by wrappers. They allow you to have really rapid deployment, iteration, and specialized UX at lower upfront cost. But they're also vulnerable to disruptions such as API pricing changes or provider policy shifts, which can quickly erase any of the cost benefits. Ultimately, the critical challenge isn't deciding whether wrappers are viable, but identifying genuinely sustainable differentiation for your product. For founders, this might mean investing early in proprietary evals that are expensive or time-consuming to replicate, embedding your workflows deeply into specific user routines to increase switching costs, or identifying integrations with platforms or datasets competitors can't easily access. In the end, success in AI doesn't hinge on reinventing the wheel, but rather on who can stitch together the existing models into a product users genuinely love.
Okay, I like that. Hold on, let me turn my audio back up so I can hear myself.
Hey there, I'm Parker Rex. I led tech for a startup that sold
AI
for
agent
22 million
servers are the
bucks.
future. Is it playing my? I think it's just playing my watch later right now. Okay. Oh, I love that logo. That's old school. Back when TV really meant TV. Um, no, highly recommend y'all. I highly recommend Y Combinator if you are into the startup space and you're into
Usable AI agents are finally
hold on.
here.
If you into the startup space, especially if you into AI startup space, Y Combinator is investing in a lot of startups, like AI based startups in their last few batches. Like last couple years, I think most of their startups are AI startups. um, they're able to talk about some of the trends that are happening in the startup space, more so from the inside perspective, seeing how the companies are evolving, seeing how some of those companies, like he said, there's like sometimes people are like, oh, this is just a rapper, and the rapper being like basically saying some startups are literally just a chat GPT rapper or an open AI rapper where it's like under the hood, all of the AI work is being done by accessing the API. accessing a language model API. But it's so much deeper than that when you start having platforms that are like orchestrating a whole entire like workflow behind the scenes, because it's a lot. It's not like me legit just going into an app, making a chat box and attaching that chat box to like the open AI LLM. It's so much more complicated than that. So when it comes to agents, agents are like the next level above like language models. Um, what basically right now it's kind of like this. A lot of things that we use our language models for, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, whatever. A lot of the things that we use those tools for, sometimes the language models can be more effective. Not sometimes, it's actually proven through research that the language models can be more effective when you give them more specific tasks and more specific, like well formed, like things that they need to focus on. So, in the idea of having agents, basically with agents, think about having a bunch of chat GPTs, but they all have a very specific job. So, like, I could have, like, if I was to have like a content creation team or something like that, I can have one agent that is only, their job is only to create the post, like only to create the actual content for the post. Then I can have another agent that specifically needs to do, like, maybe that one only focuses on like titles and giving me information about like thumbnails and stuff like that. But instead of like having one agent try to do the whole entire workflow, I would break up the jobs almost like kind of how you would do on a team, and having each of those like LLM agents like focus on a very specific task makes them actually more effective at their tasks. But then you need an orchestration layer. So the orchestration layer is like, how is one of those agents going to communicate with the next one? And also they call it agents because they have some sense of agency. So agency meaning that I give the I'm giving that piece of software some form of control, right? I'm letting it automatically post or something like that, right? So right now there's a lot of companies that are building around this like agentic workflow. So that's what I've been doing a lot more research on, like how agents are working, which platforms allow you to build agents and orchestrate agents in like a simpler way when it comes to the Hacking with the Homies content that we're doing this year. We're going to give like complete overviews of things like using LLM APIs, integrating those APIs, like how to work with those APIs, um, how to work with and build agents, and also not just having to build them from the ground up, but how do you start from a no code version of it and then kind of go layers and layers deeper depending on how much customization you need to do, pretty much. So yeah, I'm going to be putting together, like for me, I'm going to be putting together some agents to help with my content creation flow. It's no reason why I shouldn't have had it already, but I really want to actually build a platform that automatically does, like, I want to build um I want to build a like agentic platform excuse me, for content creation. So like prime example, I shouldn't have to clip my stream. I really shouldn't. I should be able to have an agent, not should be able to. This is legitimately possible and completely practical. I can have an agent that, this is what I would love to see. I would love to, while I'm doing my live strips them, right? So that requires some different levels of like software integration, but the LLM is adept enough. I don't want to say intelligent, but the LLM is capable of sitting here and parsing through the information on a live stream. It's capable of saying, "Hey, this quick 30-second clip right here is like could possibly go viral due to X, Y, or Z things. So I'm going to automatically clip it." And like for me, I would be happy with an agent that automatically excuse me, automatically finds the right moments and either clips them or gives me the link to where I can, like, if I click a link, it'll take me into post on shorts or whatever, or take me into automatically posting on YouTube. I mean on Twitch. I mean Instagram or something like that, right? So, anyways, there's another video. Oh, ads. Oh, RIP. I'll come back to it, but yeah, there's just so many different possibilities when it comes to working with agents. And I think that a lot of times you can start with no code. Okay, you're back. Yeah, I was just saying, it's a lot of possibilities. It's a lot of possibilities when it comes to this, but definitely, like right now, I'm like, I should be able to just run my live stream while my live stream is running. I should be able to just have an agent watching the stream and just automatically clip moments. Even if it can't fully post, do the whole posting process, it should be able to do the posting process depending on what the YouTube API looks like and depending on what the Instagram API looks like. It should just be able to have, I should be able to just have it set up to automatically post for me. Or if not, if I don't, you still want to keep human in the loop. Human in the loop is good. So, it doesn't have to automatically fully post, but if it creates the draft for me, and then I could just go and review my drafts and just make minor tweaks and just hit send to posting like that. That all is super possible. And I'm like interested in working on that. So that's something that I'm thinking about. I'll keep you in mind too, Fizzy, like, because that's something I'm really serious about. It will help me overall, but I think in general, that's kind of how I'm looking at agents. But also I'm at a point right now where I want to help educate people on like just the general practical ways that we can be using LLMs like in our workflows and things like that. So speaking of, here's another code generator. Yay. Um, this is Lovable. Lovable is similar to, dang, what's the other code generator we looked at? AI code generator. I'm surprised it's not coming up. Here, let me go through my drive real quick. Recent. Here it is. Bolt. It's Bolt. I can't believe I didn't remember this. Bolt. So we already did Bolt.new. I have different VS Code extensions that I need to try as well outside of just the traditional VS Code. Whatever the agent is that they have, the general Copilot. Having a set of agents on application for content create on an application for content creation to collect data, tells you what comments on the videos. Yeah, literally all that stuff is super possible, super possible. So and that's why I say too, when it comes to, especially, I know AI is like, the thing with me is like, I started getting into AI when I was first, like when I was still early on in my software career. And it's a lot to grasp because AI in and of itself is a whole specialization. But at the time, I just realized I needed more foundation. Now, I will say nowadays, it's so many things that you could do that are no code based, to where you could focus more on understanding the concepts and how to apply existing tooling into your workflow. And I like to take that top down approach where it's like, okay, how can I use, like, even with agents, I don't necessarily have to build an agent from the ground up right now. How can I leverage existing large language models and leverage existing agent orchestration platforms to create, systems that I need. And then from there, I could go deeper and say, like, okay, well, what if I did need to customize this a lot more? Can I, build my agentic system, on the code base side? And then from there, it's like another layer deeper would be, oh, can I actually, like for example, can I fine tune my language model that I'm using? Language model itself, right? There's just so many different approaches that you can take. I think, like, to me, I always recommend that top down because I feel like you can focus more on the fundamentals and grasping like how to apply the concepts. And then once you start getting deeper and deeper into the theory of it, it makes more sense because you have something to um attach it to. Because otherwise, if you go the other way around, machine learning is based on math. It's based on like linear algebra and differential equations and all that kind of stuff. So, yep, it's definitely possible and a lot of people do it, but I feel like it's harder to grasp it for a lot of people in that case because it's like if you don't have all the mathematical fundamentals, when they start talking about gradient descent, it's like, what is, huh? Now, me, I'm a math nerd. I love math, and I always loved math. So, and I've done like damn near every like fundamental math class that you could possibly need in order to understand the theory underneath it. So I feel like I have something to attach it to. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm getting off on a tangent, just a little tangent. But um, I say all that to say, very very soon, literally almost like this week, I need to be explaining to y'all what kind of content we're going to have for hacking with the homies. We're going to be focusing on AI tooling for devs. AI tooling for devs. So this is going to include how to work with language models, integrating them into your platforms, deployment, practical ways of working with language models and incorporating them into our apps. And then what else? And then Fizzy too, you can just remember that we are live on YouTube as well. And the beauty of YouTube is you get that replay. So you can always go back as well. Um I think when the YouTube stream is live, you can always rewind it, like actively rewind it, not just for Fizzy, but for everybody. So yeah, we're gonna do large language models, integrating with large language models, bringing it into your workflow, practical ways of using it. We're gonna look at AI agents, agentic systems, and then also um, AI AI um, AI tooling for developers. So code generation, assistance, things like that. Um, those are all the beautiful things that I'm planning on talking about for for the AI content for hacking with the homies. Um, so y'all get the little sneak peek just because it's easier for me to tell y'all in real time than it is to like get websites updated and that kind of stuff. But I definitely have a bunch of stuff coming down the pipeline, and then also, the way I'm trying to do this is we want to give like templates, like have some pre-made templates already set up, have some pre-made like projects already set up, like starter content basically. So you have like recipes and kind of like cookbook type stuff where you can say here's a basic, I've also been working, if you like, the better your prompt is, the better your output is going to be. That's one. And two, a lot of the code generators struggle with non-trivial tasks, meaning like it's saying ask Lovable to create a portfolio, to create a, wait, let me see some of the other examples. Yeah, it was like create a portfolio website, create a blog. Like those are super trivial. It's 1,000 examples on the internet of creating a blog and creating a portfolio website. Woo, 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 woo. Not saying that that's not a good use for it, but saying it makes sense why a language model can create a blog platform in code because there's a million examples of that on the internet. The data set that it was trained on has lots of examples of how to do certain things because that's just how the internet, the internet is already populated with that. But as a software engineer, most of the time, especially when you get like as you get more experience in your career, your job is to create things that people haven't created before. Your job is to create things that are not in publicly accessible websites and code bases. So I'm more so interested in how can these tools actually help us in effect, like effectively help us with software engineering, when most of the good code that you would want the language models to have experience with is all It's all going to be private. That's all going to be private and proprietary. Um, but yeah, Fizzy, it's okay. Don't worry because the internet is not going to. Let me see. I want to double check. I think my channel should be. Yeah, my channel is live. Um, just take it back to. Let me see. Can I do a timestamp for you? Code that you would. And I'm a little. Am I dropping frames? Oh, I'm dropping frames like crazy. Here, let me close some of this stuff. But been frames like crazy. Yeah, let me let me back up. Yeah, I'm dropping frames. It's not on. Yeah, it's not only you. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay though, cause I can always get on my soapbox. I was getting mad at technology. I mean, it is technology, but it's like my computer's struggling. Let me close some stuff too. I don't need to see my text messages and all that. Why am I dropping frames? Close this. Blame Comcast, y'all. Blame Xfinity. All right, I'm down to quit Chrome. I'm trying to give it some time to catch up. I thought I was on Ethernet, but I might be on Wi-Fi. Okay, if I drop, I might drop for a hot second because I'm going to try to make sure. I'm gonna try to force. I'm gonna try to force an Ethernet connection. Oops, that's not how you spell that, but don't judge me because my Ethernet is connected. So going off Wi-Fi. Why did my camera freeze? Oh, I need my Wi-Fi for that. That's oh okay. I'm reconnected. My Wi-Fi is just not. It's not even the. It's not even the Wi-Fi. It's just the overall connection at this point. Boo. Where'd my camera go? All right, I'm back. I think I'm still dropping frames. I tried to change the connection, but it's just not happening. It's all good though. It's all gravy. My connection speed is just tripping. So very little I could do about that. But yeah, I'll bring this stuff back. I'll definitely uh I'll definitely spend more time talking about this topic regardless. I might even sit and record a video if my connection is not going to get better today. Cause like my internet connection is literally non-existent at this point. You finally done it. Hands down, one of my favorite pieces of tech. Oh yeah. This is now I'm sad. I'm about to get in Discord. I'm gonna join the Discord. Yep, I'm about to get in Discord. I'm gonna hang in Discord for the rest of the afternoon. For real, for real. I think that'll help. So if y'all wanna continue chatting or even just observing, if you in the Discord, just come over to Discord. Um, I think YouTube. Where's the YouTube post? The you. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I'm in the stream. I'm about to hop in Discord. I'll stream in Discord at least for a little bit, and we could keep chatting. We could keep chatting about that. But I appreciate y'all. I really appreciate y'all because y'all really came and y'all be hanging out. So, I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all day. If I don't see you in Discord, I'll see y'all on Wednesday. And I'm actually about to. This gave me even more motivation to. I'm going to try and get an office at the co-working space that I'm going to now. I contract. So